It's the 17th August 2023, meaning it's our Independence Day, Dirgahayu Hut RI yang ke-78. And with all the celebration, upacara, and all the good things that happening to this country, which I'm grateful of, I came up thinking about something totally different. And the thought is, what would my life be when Indonesia is 100 years old? Well, hold that thought though, because before we continue the discussion, I'm going to pack up first because we're going to Bandung. We just arrived at our first spot. Kita mampir ke Orchid Forest Cikole, which our first time, belum pernah kesini. Padahal it's quite famous spot in Cikole, Bandung. We're here to enjoy the fresh air. It's so good to go out to the outdoors. Very nice to breathe the fresh air, and it's quite chill actually. And to give you more context, we're just gonna be here in Bandung for 2 days. It's a short trip and a surprise idea by my mom, but yeah, I'm good for it. And we're gonna stay at the villa that we used to have a pre-wedding session there. I'm gonna show you the villa later on. And yeah, we're just gonna enjoy, have a good time with family, and eat many good food in Bandung. So let's continue with it. So welcome to our villa that we will stay for one night in Bandung. And the funny story is we actually stayed in this villa before, and not just stay in it, because we actually took a pre-wed session here with my good friend William Samin, who took great pictures of us. Definitely, I'll show some of the examples here in this video, and it's kind of a nostalgic feeling to be back here again and being able to take my family with me at this time. And yeah, let's hope it's going to be a wonderful stay. So going back to the question of what my life would be when Indonesia is 100 years old, and I know it's a scary question, because in the first place when I thought about it, it's definitely surprised and scared me to think about it. But the story behind why this question actually popped up is because of a sad tragedy that happened to my old driver, who has been working for my family for 30 years. Suddenly passed away due to his illness, and it's actually very sad news, because he actually the one who taught me how to drive. He usually picked me up from school or to school, or any of the courses that I took when I'm in middle school or middle high school. And of course, hearing about that news got me thinking that life is really short. So that's actually the story behind why the question popped up in the first place. And right now, to answer the question, technically I will be 51 when Indonesia is 100 years old, which is crazy to think about, because currently I'm 29. But to give you the full detailed answer, I'm going to be 51, and I want to live a life where I prioritize what's really important to me, like spending time with my family, prioritizing my physical health, and of course my mental health as well. I want to live a life of doing the things that I love, and also try to give value of the things that I do to my customer, my clients, or maybe my boss if I do still work with someone else. And maybe like this trip as well, where I can take my family going somewhere and just having a good time with them. And that's what I'm going to do right now. So I'm gonna go back to spend time with my family. Definitely won't still drink coffee when I'm 51.
Karena dia nggak ada masuk.
Kalau mau nanti check out. Kalau dia So the reason I make this video in the first place is just to make a reminder for me especially and for you guys that we sometimes forget about what's really important, because either we work too hard, we work too much, so busy with life, and we sometimes forget of the reason why we work hard in the first place. One thing that actually has been helping me is to create a top 5 priorities list that I created, and every time I either forgot about what's really important, I get reminded by those lists. For example, like this, I have this 5 bucket list, top 5 priorities, and yeah, like for example, I put to work out or play sport every week. This is the one thing that's actually I've been always forget to do, and looking at this list as my wallpaper in my phone, I always get reminded of it. One side note is you can also make it a moving target. If you already achieve one of those priorities, you can change it into something that's currently your top 5 priorities. But the most important rule is just to make it top 5, because more than 5 priorities is too much to be a priority. And my last advice is for you guys to write it down, so you can always see it, you can always change it later. You can either write it down in your phone, your laptop, or you can write that manually with a pen. So, but the most important thing is to write down, so the list will always be there to remind you. Sekalian nonton. So we are currently in Vilo Gelatu Bandung. I'm in the tree house, which is a very cute tree house in the middle of the garden, and yeah, it's very cool design. Anyways, after we are having this discussion about life priorities and what's important in life, I hope that we never lose sight of what's really important, and may we be more focused on that moving forward. And yeah, maybe hopefully 22 years from now, when Indonesia is 100 years old, we're gonna be living the life we always wanted, and I pray for that, and I pray for you guys too. So thanks for watching, thanks for having this discussion with me. I hope this video will be a reminder for you guys and me as well. And yeah, again, thanks for watching. Bye.